First half. Travis, the discard. McLemore went down. Higgins misses it. The tip-in goes Johnson.
Get the experience of being here.
Well, the man that replaced him in the starting lineup called for the foul. Johnson off the 44-41 Auburn. Washington.
They're double teaming every time he touches it. That's that diagonal pass he's good at.
Johnson the curl and bucket.
Time in terms of identifying that Travis should not be able to stay with him as a player who has explosive speed.
58-54, Brown with 17 points in the second half, 24 overall. Johnson makes his move. Bank shot is good.
Yeah, that's Johnson, free throw shooter at the line here at 81.
And it's off the mark from Doughty. Opening here for Kentucky. 45 seconds to go.
Here's Hero. Oh, they've lost it there.
6-point lead for Auburn.
Nice switch out front.
Johnson crosses on Doughty. Johnson turns to the corner and lays it in. #1 opponent three-point percentage.
And I think part of this is going to be whether they stay with that or not is how well they get Robinson on Higgins.
Inside, Keldon Johnson.
Years as an NBA assistant coach, learning some different dynamics of spacing the floor, really works well with him for his Houston club.
He told us it changes whole perspective. Pull up from Johnson. Hinton rises up. Too strong. Good box out there by Reed Travis.
He really clears the board well defensively.
Extended action for Quickly when Higgins picked up that second foul.
And he probably sits the way Quickly is playing right now. Probably going to sit to this 4.5 with a little bit of a lead.
Johnson lets it fly. Got it. A three.
Your rest, but you do not want your big guy getting one off the glass, pushing somebody and picking up two. That would take his entire mental approach out of it.
The teardrop. Keldon.
Something in mind. He came back to it just then. That's a difficult shot over a longer, taller player, but you drift away a little bit, you get some separation.
His great uncle Willie played at Wofford in the 60s, so it's in his blood. Hero on a kick for Johnson. Spin to the rim, extension. Oh, what a move. Keldon Johnson.
A lot of trust in Jackson, too, for Wofford right now.
Also, Trey Hollowell in for the Terriers.
They're defending Hero very well also.
Theme love there defensively. Keldon Johnson cans it. Scooped up by Baker. Wow. Baker, the handles, the flip. No. Johnson. The foul. Kicks it out for Ricks Jr. from Wichita, Kansas. The jumper almost died on the rim from Jaron Lewis. Johnson crosses over and gets to the hole. Way outside. Quickly makes his move. The floater short. Caught. Johnson gets it done on half.
Joe is probably just standing there thinking, you know, if we could just get 2 or 3 buckets to go for us, then all of a sudden we're right back in there a little bit in this game. But obviously Kentucky has the power and the manpower. Almost do exactly what they want, even though they slowed down just a touch.
Spin by Higgins. Small against big. And then a different shot clock to game clock. We're winding down in the first half. Montgomery screen. Higgins drives and kicks. Johnson a three. Bottom. His dad Anthony, a 14-year NFL veteran, defensive end, played with Cleveland and Baltimore, Atlanta, the Jets, San Francisco, and New England. Actually won 2 Super Bowls with the Patriots. Johnson cans it. It's
still a long way to go, but once again the effort is there.
46-21 Kentucky. Last year, Wildcats lost in the Sweet 16 to Kansas State, 61-58. Hero on a kick. Johnson, good-looking stroke. And right now, Jamie has more.
Well, you know, since we're talking fashion these days for Abilene Christian, I can confirm that is corduroy on Grant Boone.
It is.
Coach has one suit, and Grant Boone is in corduroy.
I like the feel of corduroy. It goes down for...
Yeah, I was going to say, that was not an easy follow-up just then, because Richards is long and he gets off the floor quickly.
He now has 15 points on 6 of 10 shooting. And it's 53-29 Kentucky. 11.5 to go in regulation. Quickly. Didn't have an opening. Backs it out. Tight defense there from Damian Daniels. Screen. Didn't use it. Johnson a three. Bottom. Keldon. Johnson thought about it. Spins, leans. Wow, tips it home. He's explosive.
He's sure.
70-39, Kentucky.
And he's been very effective. He has 9 points with, 20 double-digit scoring point games this year so far.
Keep it on the perimeter. Johnson. Hero the cross. Extra feed. Johnson. Dribble drive. May have gotten away with the travel. Doesn't matter. Hits the floater.
On the top. Look out for Jordan Bone.
I think he likes that Kentucky uniform. He went 5 for 5 in that game when they dominated Kentucky.
Yeah,
and remember this, Kentucky dominated certainly Tennessee when they played them with a full cast in Lexington.
Sure did. Tyler Hero's stop keeps going up and up as Keldon Johnson gets the one to go off the window with a left. Tennessee's first lead of the game, 42-2 in the SEC tournament semifinal games, 31 championships for Kentucky.
That would be the regional, obviously.
Yep.
Love to see kids play hard, do what the coaches tell them to do, execute, be efficient.
Heroes got 6 on the shot clock. Johnson 3. Money. Keldon Johnson hot early. Tough pass. He looked for him. And here comes Keldon Johnson.
Up and up and away. I could have him 79, but I could have made it. I know you laughed.
Williams. No foul call there. Here comes Kentucky. Keldon Johnson takes it to the rack.
He's the ball. Normally he hits that open 3 in that kind of situation.
Be careful if you're Tennessee right now, down by 5 with 6 1/4 to go.
Yeah, clock moving.
Keldon Johnson. Oh, yes, he rose up and
He shot it too quick. He was not really in position to shoot there.
Hero calling for it. Caught in the air, but a pass to Keldon Johnson. Contact and a foul. Keldon.
To have a chance to win, he's going to have to make perimeter shots.
Mack with the left hand, brought down by Johnson. Numbers the other way for UK. Alabama has missed breaks, about 3 of them already. Opportunities on one end.
Or whatever the numbers are, they're all staggered out there right now.
Hudson, the little head fake, and he is still looking for his first points. Well, Florida's starting guards in the first meeting between these two teams shot just 12 of 38. Really struggled. They shot as a team only 34%. And so far, a ragged start.
Yeah, nice recovery just then on Hero. Shot clock winding down against him. He's aware of it, though.
Here comes quickly. Now to Johnson. Splash!
Okay, I have to count to about 3 before that ball starts coming off. And it misses the rim. You don't get a true count. Shalford Richards got a mismatch down low if they can isolate him.
Keontae Johnson, you saw, had to sit, picked up his second personal.
Watch him go into the basket. Give it to Richards.
Don't look in his direction yet. Johnson!
Bit of a drift, which he can hit, but well defended.
Hudson gliding to the rack. A little bit of contact. And back comes Johnson and Kentucky.
They have a pretty good balance defensively again by Florida, not allowing the breakouts. Kentucky with only 4 drives.
Johnson, and he's fouled. Will they potentially be a 1 seed or a 2? We'll see what shapes up over the next 8 days, just over a week away from Selection Sunday.
See how they want to break it?
Johnson.
Keldon Johnson trying to drive his way to the basket. And the offensive rebound tap up and in. Nick Richards stood right up. And how about absorbing the blow was D.C. Davis.
Yeah, D.C. Davis right at the blue jerseys.
Keldon Johnson penetrating, knocking it down.
You're not getting rid of me that quick.
Tyree to the rack. Can't get it to go. He's struggling early and begging for a foul.
He better get his tail back on defense.
Keldon Johnson absorbed it, and he'll go to the line for a 3-point. Points to 1. Davis, he's been the only guy hot tonight. He missed that one. And Kentucky clears. Hero is a rhythm performer on offense. When he feels it, he shoots it. Johnson right at Olejniczak. Finger roll. An 8-0 run for the Cats.
Confident with changing those defenses.
Quickly, and Hagen's on the floor. The hero, Richards and Keldon Johnson. Can afford to have a smaller lineup against an Ole Miss team that just doesn't have the size some other teams in the conference do. Yeah, how about that kiss? Boy, what a night for Keldon Johnson.
To the baseline and watch the action develop, and then just went and chewed up the offensive glass.
There's a steal. Keldon, what?
Herman needs a timeout. He needs a timeout.
For Ole Miss is pretty simple. Get it to Terrence Davis and let number 3 go. 18 now.
Ravi, how about Terrence Davis? He averaged 1 point per game as a freshman. But he said, you know what? I'm going to go to work and prove that I'm a player at this level. And I'm so happy for that kid, his resiliency and the lesson that's there.
Keldon Johnson making a living in the paint, Jimmy, tonight. Washington in the bucket.
Buffin from Gainesville, Georgia High School, home of the Red Elephants. Tweet us right now if there's a better nickname in high school sports than the Red Elephants. I can't think of one. Can you?
It's a good one.
That's a great one.
It's a good one. But you'll get some. You'll get some Twitter. A little Twitter traffic on that.
Drive the gap. Gosh, that's so good.
It's the Johnson Hero Show. It's an opportunity for Richards and E.J. Montgomery. Much more than how much they were going to miss him. But boy, they miss him.
Those plays don't happen when Reed Travis is on the floor. He anchors Calipari's defense with his body and his voice.
Keldon Johnson left wide open for it.
Tennessee does not have anyone on their roster that was top 100 in their class, of course, including Grant Williams, who was overlooked.
Are you afraid to say that Duke gets?
I'm not afraid to say anything.
Right. He is intimidating, I know that.
I know. Don't let him come between us, all right?
Well, you're next to me, so you're actually between me and Bill. 3-point lead for Tennessee. Hero saves it. Shot clock is down to 4. Johnson the drive.
Pretty.
The floater.
Well, you got to have a lot of.
On February the 16th, 2 weeks ago, to Kentucky, 86-69.
He's a keeper. By the way, it's good to see Duke finally got some big-time players, huh?
Oh, yeah. That recruiting stuff is starting to pay off. Johnson, a corner jump.
Finally, Coach K's fixed.
If Cal didn't have his guys' attention at tip, he's going to have their attention at halftime. They are getting lit up on their own floor right now by a fast, quick team from Fayetteville.
There's Keldon Johnson. Bills buries a 3.
Ravi, when you're not ready to play, and Kentucky wasn't ready to play, they've let Arkansas come in here, get open looks early, and now the team in red has the confidence in this building. Kentucky getting exactly what they should be getting put on them so far in this game.
Duke already lost tonight. Kentucky in big-time trouble. North Carolina losing to Syracuse.
A hard double team to the weak side of the floor, and a backside bomb has Arkansas up by 15.
Keldon, hard drive over Gafford, and that's a good one.
And the building was exploding, and Mason Jones with no hesitation. Arkansas now looks like they're in the. Now they're in man-to-man. Sometimes they kind of throw a 1-3-1 look at you, but they're still going to match man. Good curl by Johnson.
Left-hander falls for Keldon here in the last minute.
Yeah, could very well be and should be a 1-point game right now. Now you got PJ up top between the pipes. Calipari moves him from the left block to the middle part of the floor.
Oh, what a shot by Keldon Johnson.
Screen. Harper, the speed. And the teardrop doesn't go. Rebound ripped down by Johnson. Auburn is 2 of 8 from the field. Johnson takes the opening, lays it in with a left hand.
Well, they had Wiley. Yep, they get him again.
Wiley forced into a fade. Off the rim. Rebound controlled by Johnson.
And 3 Kentucky Wildcats around the glass defensively.
Hagen shifting gears. Johnson will pull up. Penetrates. Gets the roll. He puts them into the shot at the SEC schedule. They opened up conference play at 2-4.
And after that Tennessee game, they go to Missouri, and they play well enough to win there. They had a good first half, struggled in the second half a bit, but clearly that Tennessee win, I think, caught some people off guard a little bit, the way they did it. Dominated with the physical play.
That may be a reminder that Kentucky is a team that you have to keep an eye on as a potential national champion.
A little matchup right now.
Johnson, the runner.
They just have all the answers. They understand.
Keldon Johnson and the bucket.
Got a wide open three, just didn't knock it down. But anytime he gets double coverage, he can pass over people. He's an excellent passer, especially from the high post.
Manuel quickly, E.J. Montgomery in off the bench for Kentucky. John Fulkerson has come in now for Tennessee. Both teams about 8 deep. Keldon Johnson, baseline floater. Wow, tough shot for Tennessee.
Grant Williams kept that ball alive, and Admiral Schofield set a little back screen. Then he was open for that shot. Tennessee does such a good job on the offensive glass of just keeping the ball alive. If they can't get the rebound, they will tip it to keep it alive.
Travis got knocked down. Play continues. Shot clock inside 10. Johnson open on the wing. Count it. By Jordan Bone. There's some of that elite speed that Rick Barnes compares to T.J. Ford, the great guard that he had down in Austin.
I think Jordan Bone needs to put more pressure on this Kentucky defense and really drive it.
What a pass from Hayes.
Defensively, a low error rate. And he has been outstanding all year long. 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio for Jordan Bone, averaging close to 7 assists per game to lead the conference.
Johnson in the corner this time. Got another one. E.J. Washington screen. Williams very slow to get up. Now back in the play. Johnson. One more time.
Double.
Yep, I think 23, 12, and 11 is what we saw. Turner with a three that rattles out.
And no offense run by Tennessee leads to a run out.
Johnson. Good defense by Schofield, but Johnson. 18-point lead. A challenge by Travis at the rim, and it belongs to the Cats again. Higgins to Johnson for two.
Screen, re-screen action for Jordan Bowden, then he drove it. But Kentucky just rallying to the ball. Just so active. Active hands, getting deflections. With passes.
Johnson baseline, yes.
Well, that's a
mentioned Kentucky. They have been playing phenomenally. Higgins and Hero in the backcourt. Keldon Johnson as well, a good shooter. Travis, and you mentioned P.J. Washington. E.J. Montgomery's been very good off the bench, and there's the first two.
Play by Taylor right there to get the good second effort.
He's got 5 of the team's 9 early. Javante Smart into the game, one of the 3 dudes on this LSU team that Calipari in Kentucky tried.
Be a doctor.
Dad's a long-time doctor in Baton Rouge. Mom's a physician's assistant with the dad.
Wow.
That's exactly right. Wants to be a doctor. They got a lead now, 30-29.
Good foundation. Went down 7, but they showed a lot of heart here. Came back. He's been exercising there, put a show on. He's capable. He's very poised right there. He knows the guy's got 2 fouls. Beats him.
26 against Mississippi State after that 36. How about that extra move?
In the All-American High School Jordan Brand game, I think he had 40-plus
44
points.
at Brooklyn in high school.
He's about a Fort Myers. He's been a major force coming off that bench.
How about a 4-point lead for LSU with 6:20 to go here at Rupp.
So I think John's going to start thinking about Washington getting him on the floor.
Higgins nowhere to go. E.J. Montgomery, give him a big assist.
Just at the nursery.
I was trying to remember where we crossed paths on the Riverwalk, but it's a little hazy.
There's the pin down on the drums on the baseline. This is a little better coverage. Much better.
Higgins off the shot fake. Nick Weatherspoon tried to draw the charge. Play on, and Keldon.
People are impressed with your.
I'd like to look up your record and see if I can better it.
Well, anybody could. Which way, my coaching or my street record?
Some of your records I'm never going to touch.
They took advantage of the switch, big on little, had him on a string and converted. Much better post defense too. The 3-quarter denial. Nice curl. This kid really uses the bump beautifully. Johnson.
Nice. Shot fake, open three, short. Hero has it, ahead to Johnson. Around two, Bulldogs, Johnson somehow.
You can't throw the ball out of bounds just trying to initiate offense. Possessions are going to be way too valuable in this game.
South Carolina runs with a little bit more tempo than you might remember. Here's Keldon Johnson.
It's going to bump and grind, not give you anything easy, play in the half court. And Kentucky would be the one looking to get up and down. But both of these squads are built differently. South Carolina 35th in adjusted tempo.
So much better than he did a week ago against TCU, and they were throwing the ball all over, couldn't get a bucket.
Boy, it gets real loud in here. Johnson feathering for two.
Yeah, that was.
Care to elaborate?
They look like they like each other. They got. Oh, man.
Oh my goodness! High upstairs. In fact, you might invite it. Allen knew he missed it. So 3 in a row for Kentucky, trying to build on that. Johnson sticks the jumper. Keontae Johnson, the offensive rebound. Hayes threw it to nowhere. Hero to the corner. Johnson gives Kentucky the lead.
They're just up against a Kentucky team tonight that they're really, Kentucky's playing as well as anyone in college basketball right now.
Keldon Johnson, believe it or not, those are his first. We need Nick if we want to be special in a half in which they were as special as they've been. Why the emphasis on Richards? What does he mean to this group?
Because he gives them something that no one else does. Baseball team's ranked #1 preseason, right?
And Baseball America has him #1 in the preseason. Of course, their great coach, Tim Corbin. Kentucky just redid their entire baseball facility. It's fantastic. SEC as a conference, obviously we've seen what Florida's done recently, but boy, that is a power conference. Arkansas nearly won the whole thing last year.
Foul ball catch away from winning it.
Yeah, heartbreak city there for
to Hero. Hagan's open, misses the three. Another offensive rebound. And yet another one by Kentucky. Johnson puts it back in. Lawson's already hit 1 3 tonight, not this time.
Trying to go 2 for 1.
Johnson, as you said, a quiet first half. Oh, does Dotson. Hero. Still can't buy one from beyond the arc. Good pass. Johnson from the corner. There's the first 3 of the night.
Had the advantage in the matchup.
Abaji. And Washington with yet another rebound. His 12th on the night.
So Gerald Vick has to touch the ball.
Johnson knocks down a corner. The questions out by the time you cross midfield.
I grew up in the mean streets of Rolling Hills, California. I wasn't some like wilting flower from the UP.
You want me to bring an extra set of long johns for you?
Please, please. Maybe a space heater.
5-point game, 3.5 to go.
A switch. You got Dotson on Travis down low.
Keldon Johnson.
And they had to because Auburn is really talented. Uh-oh, here we go.
Keldon Johnson, and just like that, they woke up.
Hello.
Had one there instead. Blocked from behind by Travis. They got numbers 3 on 2.
Ben Holland was concerned with the transition game. And that's why they can hurt you many ways.
Rebound too hard. Another follow. Blocked from behind again. I think Johnson got a hand on it. To the rack. Lays it up and in, and a foul.
That was a big-time move, right? Very unselfish.
Big Blue Nation trying to rally their team. The lead down to 7.
Big Blue Nation be kind of quiet here tonight.
When Derry Weatherspoon may have taken an elbow to the face, and we're going to get a timeout.
I'm in trouble. Now, February, that's when that's somewhere. Nice try, but great help defensively.
And back the other way comes Keldon Johnson. Crosses over. Tries to throw it down, and it rolls in after he was...
They're going to keep shooting them, I guess, statistically. They're going to start going your way a little bit if you keep letting them fly. John Calipari said we may see 43s this afternoon.
Well, Auburn was 1 for 10 before that one went down from Malik Bumba. Johnson, pretty drive to the rim.
He's a good.
We say stuff to them we probably shouldn't say. We just got to learn the phrase in a different way. But when I saw you say that one time, I said, maybe it's time for me to grow up and mature.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Charles. You've had an incredible career. And what a lot of people don't know about you, you got a heart of gold, man. What you've done for the V Foundation, helping people, is unbelievable.
Well, that's deflected. The double team works. Here's Hero. Euro step crossover. Can't finish. The tip follow is there. On him. Began the day up near his collar. It's barely hanging on.
Surprised the jacket's still on. Low-scoring game. No team's getting after it on the defensive end.
Backdoor for Hero. Gives it up to the wing for Johnson. It's a three.
Well, those two diaper daddies. Good post position on the interior. If Wilburns can come back and win the game, it's very obvious. It's going to be the three ball. If they can get hot and make the three, they have a chance. Kentucky's going to try to take advantage a little bit inside without Wiley on the floor. Travis could become big down in that post.
Shot clock at 7. Keldon Johnson. Finger roll is good, plus the foul.
The Auburn Arena.
Down to 8.
Good spacing by Kentucky. A well-coached. Coaching staff does a great job as well. Kenny Payne, Justice.
Hero dribbled it off the foot of Okeke. Hero with one to shoot. Gives it up. Keldon Johnson hits a three.
That diaper dad.
Well, a great start for Neesmith, the freshman out of Charleston, South Carolina. As you look at the Kentucky starting five, looking for consistency out of P.J. Washington, looking for consistency from a team standpoint in terms of effort. Those are things Coach Cal talked to us about today. That three is knocked down by Matthew Moyer, a 33% shooter from behind the arc.
Connecticut Gatorade Player of the Year out of South Kent Prep. The transfer from Syracuse played with a lot of toughness and swagger. Non-negotiable. It'll be a backyard brawl between those two teams.
Chateau had it stripped right out of his hands by P.J. Washington. Up ahead to Johnson. Right to the basket, high off the window. Lee late getting back, so it was 5-on-4 for a moment, but now Vanderbilt can set up in their zone. Have they had a possession of man tonight? I don't know what they have.
Well, they're having to run man when Kentucky stops them on the defense.
Working on Reed Travis. Kicks it out, Neesmith. Misses again. It's back-to-back wide open threes for Neesmith. Kentucky has it. Here's Hero. Corner three from Johnson.
This team, as they continue to try to learn to score in half court, needs to score off a transition. All of your quality teams do that. How good is Duke in transition? That was the key to Kentucky losing versus Duke, were the turnovers that allowed to get out in transition. Now Kentucky is getting better defensively, where they are able to do the same.
Couple of missed chances for the Aggies. Hero, ball fake, corner three. Still nothing for Kentucky. Keldon Johnson off the offensive board.
And now players got to get loosened up. It was almost like a full halftime we just had. It's a period in hockey, right? First period ended, now we'll play another one.
Good. At least next time we have this Bring Red Panda out and entertain us. Keldon Johnson off the glass.
Well, A&M
didn't do it.
And a fun environment here in Tuscaloosa, in spite of the fact that class is not yet back in session, and obviously there's a football game on the minds of.
It has been assisted.
Yeah.
I mean, the ball's moving on both ends of the floor. One thing that Alabama needs to do, they've got to do a better job of keeping the ball out of the paint, not allowing any straight line drives. Because right now they're not really contesting passes.
Johnson off a screen.
He's not a starter, but that Alabama has been able to drive it. Tevin Mack did a little bit earlier. Herbert Jones right off the inbound. And you can see the difference in the ease of getting to the rim and finishing when Nick Richards is not in the ball game, and how difficult it was for Alabama when he was.
Has tweeted about it. The WNBA has come to the defense of Maori Davenport.
Every thinking person in organization is against this ruling made by the Alabama High School Athletic. We don't need. There's a hero on the other team, Tyler Hero. Don't need one on this one. Just play. Good pass.
Johnson with a much needed lead. Interesting matchups at this end of the floor as well. Wara on P.J. Washington. Keldon Johnson gets free, and he rattles. I'll tell you, Dockich is earning his money today, isn't he? 5-point lead, Kentucky. Again, their first true road game of the season. The Wildcats have won 9 of their last 11 against the Cardinals. Johnson with a floater. How good.
The ball arrives, but defensively, he has been all over the place. A block, a steal, making catches more difficult. He's been the player of the game thus far.
Boy, Johnson can get.
West Virginia won 3-1.
King got his own miss and then turned it over to Washington.
And they missed a foul because he got hit hard ground.
Johnson from.
He's really done a great job with this Louisville program under difficult circumstances, and the future is looking nothing but up for Louisville under Chris Mack.
Again, great recruiting class coming in next year for Louisville, but they'll take the loss today to fall to 9-4. Kentucky will make it 10 wins in 12 games in this rivalry. Going back over the last 11 years, actually, as Johnson with the exclamation.
A little spice to his game.
The Texas game, he went off for 33, including 7 threes, so he is a scorer, and he puts his mind to it.
When you go off in Vegas, you are rolling them.
Johnson for 3. Got it.
There you go. Stretch. Drop it.
White. Pass inside. Little missed off the window. Ball is free. Comes out quickly and ahead quickly. And the finish by Keldon Johnson.
Time he didn't protect. Didn't recognize that weak side slap.
Higgins on that bad wheel. Still got the pass to Hero on the baseline. That looked like a walk, but no call, and a three-pointer goes.
Well, what a nice find.
Country, that's saying something.
That will be forever chronicled, a little 2-3 zone in the history of Carolina lore.
On that shot against Kentucky that sent him on to the Final Four in the national championship. There's a runner and a floater by.
What was that kid's name there? Number 23.
He was pretty good. 4 to shoot. Higgins. Washington, 1 extra pass. Good up for 3.
Don't leave him alone. Didn't waste any time with that knockdown.
8 minutes to go in an 8-point game. Johnson, heat check. The other side. Got it.
Gamble.
7 Woods out of control that whole time.
Numbers.
Johnson on the other wing. Lay it on in.
Worked. I know it's only the first 3 minutes of the ball game, but they have been outworked, not on the offensive glass, and Utah with more energy to start this thing. Here's Keldon Johnson. Allen's got a bucket for the Utes. We're tied at 14. Transition defense is a sprinting, pointing, talking game. And Kentucky did none of the 3. Keldon Johnson's got it. Teams that played against Majerus coach teams back in the mid-90s, like our buddy Fran Fraschilla when he was at New Mexico, they had monster offense specifically designed to go against that monster defensive help there. Keldon Johnson for 3 and game. Tillman played at Findlay Prep where he was a teammate of P.J. Washington. Played for P.J.'s dad. So they've been texting throughout the week. He said, I texted P.J. something simple. I'm going to dunk on him. I'm going to dunk on him Saturday afternoon. Reed Travis, he the monster, automatically came down on Travis, and Travis does the right thing. Line, he took issue with the reporters yesterday who suggested you should start recruiting perhaps 4-year players. He said, what do you want us to do? Start recruiting them have them for 2 years, send them on a mission, and then end up with them for 6 years? or how do you walk into a living room and sit down in an official visit and say, I think you're a 40 to shoot when he gets the ball. Good cut. Somebody really did leave a door open. Donnie Tillman just missed from 2 feet. Here's Higgins.
Keldon Johnson.
That's without Bearfield, their leading scorer, having an impact on the game. And he has had no impact on this game. Kentucky's size, I think, has bothered that 6'1" guard.
They have scheduled very aggressively this season. You mentioned Nevada's still on the schedule. Corner fouls.
See what Kentucky was doing? 2-3 zone. And it's a big team now with big guards and no longer a...
Up into the front court, Ashton Hagans. Johnson elevates inside. Here's P.J. Washington. He can run the baseline. Throws it mid-court. Keldon Johnson. Knight balling out today. 15 points, 5 steals. 76-72, Seton Hall. Quickly. Washington in the other box draws a double. They reverse it. Baseline. Johnson cross and gets a roll. McKnight crosses over. Double clutch up low. Hagan racing. Baseline jumper. Johnson. Keldon.
With crafty floaters and finishers. And you break down his shot attempts on the year, he is very good off of screens and in transition. Those are the heavy numbers where he takes his shots from.
Kentucky coming off of a 90-44 win. Their offense was clicking last time out.
And you look at this team and grade them on synergy, talking about UNCG. That's the guy coming out of timeouts that scores at about a 60% rate when the ball leaves his hands, and Kentucky covered him up.
Kentucky breaks the press against the Spartans. Here's Isaiah Miller with the crossover. And the rebound finds the hands of P.J. Washington. Emmanuel quickly. Kentucky with a tenuous three-point advantage.
Yeah, and a big-time mismatch with P.J. Washington. If he were post up, he's got a 6-footer on him.
Reed Travis is directing traffic.
Yeah, PJ needs to direct traffic. Demand the ball. You've got a 6-foot guard on you.
Hero lost it for a moment. Whips it over to Keldon Johnson. Shear, McDonald's All-American, 36.5-inch vertical leap. This is a guy that has the ability to take over games.
Yes, but he cannot be on cool duty. I mean, he's got to play with that same Keldon Johnson.
Bob Monmouth moving the basketball around, running that shot clock down, and sound a good pass inside for the easy bucket.
Johnson quickly, Hero, Travis, and P.J. Washington, the starters for Kentucky. If you're willing to donate, v.org/donate. Every dollar raised goes direct.
Big recruits down there's freshmen on that team. LSU, a pretty good squad. You know, you go up and down the list of the teams in the SEC. It's
Chapu missed the free throw. Seconds to play. Kentucky has UNC Greensboro coming up on Saturday. That game on a year.
They had the opportunity. They better take advantage of it now, because at some point I think Kentucky's they're too good. They're going to wear down Tennessee State. That was sort of a bounce pass, or should have chest passed him, and he can't throw it through his leg. There's no question, because Cal puts pressure on you. You know who else does? The previous teams. If you put on this Kentucky shirt, you're living up to a lot of success, and you better be ready for that.
Little John, open lane, kicks. Morris for 3. No go.
Off to the races now. There you go. Good. Look for your shooters. Good cut. Keldon Johnson again. 4 guys on each arm when he's going up.
That's what summer workouts are getting you prepared for.
That's right. That's right. I missed a couple of workouts, or I'd look like that. Yeah. Ready to get it in the middle of the lane. Knows exactly what to do with it.
McKnight taking the open 3. Won't hit. Johnson just goes. I mean, he is just driving. 6 seconds on the shot clock for the Tigers. Pull up from Cheney.
Great defensive possession by Kentucky. Now they're on the move. Maybe they'd be able to find a trail three.
Keldon Johnson going to the...
Make the Kentucky bigs guard out on the floor.
And in that starting lineup, that is the tallest player who just hit the three, Josh Ferguson from Miami. PJ Washington with the first basket for the Wildcats. Unselfish this time. It's a nice action, cutting to the rim again, but Montgomery wipes the shot away. Keldon Johnson, and it spins down. Cookie jar standing out of bounds. So still Kentucky ball, but 14 to shoot. Hero to Washington. No.
You cannot take your foot off the gas when you're playing a team that's going to come at you for 40 minutes.
That clock is at 3. Get used to this tonight. They work it inside and unable to get a clean look off.
Why it's so important for Kentucky to do what Kentucky does, and that's dominate the defensive glass, because they don't want to have to guard for a minute each possession. Got to do a good job on your defensive glass.
You look at the starters for Kentucky. They include E.J. Montgomery for the first time this season. No start for Reed Travis, the Stanford transfer. More on that when he enters later. Here's Tyler Hero.
Kentucky showing good patience early, playing inside out, leads to an open look.
Keldon Johnson for...
You see VMI is aggressive. You can't do that. I would not. I've been in Rupp a few times as a coach, and I would say falling down is not a good formula for success, because typically it's going to lead
back on the floor. He had foul trouble in the first half.
There they go. They don't want to settle. I guarantee you Cal was like, they just do not settle. Try to do what we do, pound it inside, and then lead off the offensive glass. Great dribble penetration.
Keldon Johnson. The Buffalo team they beat in the second round is pretty good. They're ranked this year. Yeah, they're really good. Here's Keldon Johnson up ahead. Form this season, who prior to this year had never played in a college game. Here's Reed Travis. Keldon Johnson.
Out far enough. Are they consistent enough from beyond the three-point line?
Keldon Johnson inside.
Chicago Bull gets off a mid-range jumper to start things here in Lexington.
Reed Travis, listen to the scouting report. It was make Pippen score over you, no angles, and Pippen showed something that he hadn't shown as much on the film.
Late, but they finally get it there. Shot blocked though. Washington cradles the rebound. Ahead to Quade Green. 3-on-2, and there's the finish. Johnson. Cook surveys, tries to whip one to Pippen, who could not reel it in. All the way with a thumb. He doesn't look speedy, quick, and he just kind of lulls you to sleep, and then he puts it in fifth gear and blows by you.
Well, they need some of those baskets. It can't just be dump it down to Tavion Pippen the whole game. And this performance-wise, and watch out.
Green, Johnson.
For Duke in the 2015 Final Four, knocks down a 3.
And hitting standstill threes is going to be an important factor for Duke this year, because so much attention will go to R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson that other players are going to get standstill threes. Straight, and just with a standstill jumper, buried it with a great follow-through.
7-point lead in the early going for the Blue Devils.
Cam Reddish on Tyler Hero. That length can bother Hero's shot. Hero is the best shooter in this game. The question is, can he get open shots?
He led Kentucky into both scoring and three-point percentage on their tour to the Bahamas.
UCLA cut, ball screen, and throwback.
Barrett for 3. And a loose ball down to Hero. Nice look ahead to Johnson.
Kentucky just received, keep Duke out of the lane, make him shoot over the top.
Which R.J. Barrett did.
Boy, if Duke shoots it like this, forget it. Now, how do you guard him?
Kentucky struggling just to make passes and get a decent look.
And on that last possession, R.J. Barrett was being guarded by Ashton Higgins, who's an excellent defender, but he's not as big as Barrett. And find the matchup you like and go to it. Good job by Jack White of making Carroll catch it way beyond where he wanted to.
Travis has to give it up. Hagan's baseline needs some help. Johnson with a floater.
We just showed a picture before we started talking of you and Trey when you cut down the nets after the 2015 National Championship. What do you remember about that night, and then also sharing it with your family?
That night is I've never seen anyone like Zion Williamson on a basketball card is thinking that, come on, man, LeBron was better or Kobe was better in high school. That's true. Like LeBron was a better prospect in high school, but he wasn't like this. He didn't have this kind of
go through you. He's going to go over.
How do you stop it? You can have all the game plans you want, but how you can get in front of him to knock that ball away, and then you stay behind him? He's going to shoot over you, go through you.